Hi everyone, my name is Anna Victoria Wong. I'm the Executive Director of Community Family Services Ontario. I'm a doctor in speech language pathology and professional editing by training, and a community advocate and health leader by practice. I'm here today to explain and present to you a new report that our agency recently published, the Hong Kong Pathway Applications, User Survey Findings and Recommendations. Let me first explain why we are doing this. We are doing this because of the recent civil unrest and socio-political oppression and media reports and client reports that have come to our attention in other parts of Asia. Our agency has over 35 years of experience serving residents of Ontario with East Asian family values or backgrounds. We specialize in family-based mental health, psychotherapy, family services, newcomer support services, as well as disabilities and special needs services. Therefore, issues around the world where most of our immigrants would be coming into Ontario also catch our eyes. Based on this, we have taken it upon ourselves to study the needs of this population vis-a-vis service availability of the sector so that we can better prepare ourselves. And we thank the community and participants for helping promote the survey and participating in this survey. And we also thank all advocating groups and like-minded organizations for pitching to our government to inform policy decisions such as the design and launch of the Hong Kong Pathway. Now, what is the Hong Kong Pathway? It is commonly known as the Hong Kong Lifeboat Immigration Policy by users. It was designed based on the fact that there were significant civil unrests and reports of socio-political oppression, police brutality, and collective trauma in the city of Hong Kong starting the year of 2014. Now, historically, a lot of immigrants in Ontario or other major cities of Canada do come from this region of Asia, as well as many others. And with our agency having deep roots in this population and many of their families whom we already serve and are thriving in Ontario, we believe understanding their needs before they come to Canada would be beneficial to these service users as well as service providers like us. The Hong Kong Pathway was designed in two parts. There is Stream A, which is the academic stream, whereby the candidate needs to be graduating within 3 years of their application for permanent residency from either a degree done in Canada at an accredited institute or a college diploma equivalent to at least 2 years of full-time studies at an accredited institute of an accredited program. Stream B is an employment stream, whereby the candidate needs to fulfill all of the education requirements set before for Stream A, however done outside of Canada. So either a 5-year fresh graduate date from a degree in Hong Kong or anywhere else in the world but Canada, or a 5-year fresh college diploma equivalent to 2 years of full-time studies anywhere else in the world, that is from an accredited institute. Now, after that, the second part of the announcement was made later during the year. But when was this pathway launched? This pathway was being advocated for and in production or design since later 2020. And the first announcement of the launch was made in February 2021. At that point, announcement consists of Stream A, the academic stream, and Stream B, the employment stream, where it was announced that if you have a 5-year fresh graduation from said degree or diploma from anywhere in the world from an accredited institute, you are eligible to apply for Stream B, Step 1, which is the open work permit, which allows you to enter Canada without a job, but to also look for a job. Now, a lot of people were waiting for this pathway to come, and on the first day, they pressed the button. And how did they learn about this pathway? Well, CFSO did take it upon ourselves to promote this pathway night and day and night, through a plethora of social media platforms as well as traditional media platforms. And throughout that process, we enlisted over 10,000 of subscribers to our YouTube channels. We currently have over 500 videos about this pathway and life in Canada in our YouTube channels. And we participate in discussions and field over 100 questions a day by aspiring applicants. However, in May 2021, when the second step of this pathway was announced, it was a huge disappointment to many individuals, not because this pathway is no longer in existence, but some of these individuals would be blocked. So in the first announcement, we understood that for all of those with a 5-year fresh graduation date, by the time they submit their application for open work permit, they are eligible to come into Canada to look for work. Now, however, in the second step, the announcement made in May 2021, it was revealed or disclosed that applicants for permanent residency also needs to have their graduation 5-year fresh. Therefore, in the second step of the announcement, where it includes 1,560 work hours in Canada based on T4 income, based on a calculation of a maximum of 30 hours per week, these people who were eligible for open work permit to come to Canada to work, but after making their 1-year economic contribution to Canada through employment, their graduation date is already too old. So this consists of those graduates from 2016 and 2017 graduation dates. After they have come into Canada and fulfilled these work obligations, their degree is already too old for them to be eligible for the ultimate step of permanent residency. This is only one of the barriers of the pathways. We understand that there is many more. First, there are people that are non-eligible but would be valuable for Canadian economy and very much aligned with the values and the skills and the knowledge level that this pathway is looking for. Second, for those who have already entered Canada, there is a combination of restrictions on these people's work permits that are arbitrary according to users and are acting as barriers against them re-establishing their career or retraining for licensing to build a career. And based on the socio-demographic needs of these applicants, we as frontline service providers understand that they have a really dire and sore need of a combination of services before they would become socially sound, mentally healthy, and financially independent. And those needs are not being met while they are in a country all by themselves for the first time in their life. Unlike immigrants from the 90s or 70s, they did not have enough time to research the country, or they do not have close enough ties in this country or any ties at all for them to have a better understanding of this country before their arrival. They had mere months for them to collect their thoughts, quit their jobs, apply for the permit, and land in Canada. All of this throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. Those who were able to arrive in Canada were smart enough because the COVID-19 pandemic effectively closed our borders against any non-Canadians. So these people who have arrived were very proactive. They applied on day one. They also were able to secure jobs from across the world, or they have family ties in Canada who are PRs or citizens where they could enter their borders because they're visiting families. And therefore, based on all of these doubts and needs and anecdotal observations, as well as frontline client feedback to our professional staff, we designed this survey to better understand their challenges in the hopes of informing policy to our funders, including IRCC, and to enlighten the sector on what service provision we can provide in anticipation of this huge influx of applicants. In my subsequent videos, I'm going to explain the survey findings, and based on those, what recommendations our agency as frontline service agency for IRCC and mental health for newcomers have to help inform these policies and influence sector preparation. Please stay tuned. Thank you.